This is the Momma Fit Podcast. This podcast is dedicated to all those mamas out there that want to fit a workout in a day, or want to fit in a moment of bliss, or hey, you want to fit into those skinny jeans. Dana Dieters is the host of Momma Fit Podcast. She's a mother of two beautiful girls, a wife, and entrepreneur. Her passion became her profession when she had a wake-up call about 15 years ago. With the support of others and a positive attitude, she was able to overcome the hurdles in her life. This mama strives to wake up and conquer each day to make it better than the day before. Her passion for business and education to others is what drives this mama to be the best version of Momma Fit. With Dana's background, she hopes to help you with your business, health and fitness needs, family time in the kitchen, and give you motivation and inspiration to tackle your day. And most importantly, to help you fit in your Momma Fit time.
Welcome back to the Momma Fit Podcast. Yes, I'm back. I cannot believe it. I'm doing really good in the last couple weeks, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Today, we are going to talk about mommy guilt because, let's be honest, as a parent, as a mom, you feel the guilt. You feel the guilt when you're not there, when you go anywhere without them, or if you're working, if you're not working and you're feeling like you should be. I don't know what it is, but our minds play so many tricks on us. So today, mama guilt can be an equal opportunity affliction. It can strike whether you're in your 20s or 40s, stay-at-home mom, running your own company. This is one thing we have in common, but we want to make sure to check in with ourselves and keep a balance before we go to the extremes. And why is there such a thing called mommy guilt? And why didn't anyone warn me? I had no idea. I wasn't a mom yet, and I was thinking like, what are these people talking about? And then as soon as I became a mom, wham, I feel guilty. It's weird. I know for me, it's because my children are either in daycare or school all day at Kid Stop, and I'm at work. I feel guilty. I can't snuggle and play with them all day while I'm off working. I feel guilty not being able to enjoy all the big moments in our lives, even though I feel she tries to, they try to wait for us until they get home, but I'm pretty sure that they already start walking, crawling, saying words, before, when they're not with you. But I think they keep all the people that take care of our children, make sure that they don't let us know this stuff because they're great that way. I also feel guilty that I have to work because if I want to have a social life, it's just hard because you're gone all day working and then you can't have a social life because you feel like you should be home with your kids. So I know for one, we have this guilty feeling, maybe in just some of us have it to more extremes. Some of us have it maybe just a little bit, which is completely fine. And I wish I almost had the other extreme of not caring so much, but it is. And I have to work at getting myself time for me. So this is something I'm going to talk about because I feel like this is a huge conflict for people and it's a really big struggle. I have to remind myself constantly that it is a good thing for my child to be with other people. And I will have to say my almost 7-year-old really does not get sick anymore. She didn't miss a day of school last year, but she was sick all the time. So I know that's a big thing when people are like, I don't want my kid to be sick. I don't want to put him in a center or a daycare or something and they get sick. It's kind of the way of life though. And I feel like I really did hate it when she came home sick. But now she is if she gets sick, she's only sick for 2 days at the most. And I'm not kidding. She has a cold and it's gone in 2 days. It's weird. But her immunity is so strong from being so sick when she was younger. And that might be different for everybody else, but I feel like that really helped her. And not only that, she learned from other people, not just myself, because I only know so much. I need people to tell her other things that I don't know. And my now 1-year-old, she's starting to learn new things from other people, which is great. And she's respecting people. She respects her provider that she has. And she is absolutely happy there. So that makes me happy. Basically, some of the things I have to remind myself is that my kids are okay. My kids are okay if I'm not there all the time. They enjoy time away from their mom because their mom is doing something for their family, for herself. And it makes them think, you know what? she's doing stuff for herself. I should be doing something for me. So then they never feel the guilt when they get older that they have to take care of themselves. And this just goes another direction. So lately I've been hearing from other people that it's hard getting a workout in because either they stay at home with their children or they're working, but they feel bad to leave them for a bit to go to the gym or even doing a workout at home. Or maybe the woman is working all day and don't have time to work out because they want to spend their time with their child at night, which I completely agree. I don't know how some people do it. Some people still make it work. They either get up really early, but I do think that we all have those issues. I have to get up at like 5 o'clock just to get a workout in just before my kids get up. So it really does make a difference, but it makes me feel better as a mom, a wife, and also it keeps me healthy. All right, now I'm going way back. So when I first had my first daughter, Adriana, I was an emotional mess when I had to leave her for the first time. But I was lucky to have someone that I knew take care of her and felt that relief when I had to go. She was very colicky. She was really a crabby baby. She cried all the time, and it was making me exhausted and not loving the fact I had this crabby child. I literally had postpartum with her. And, but sometimes I needed that break with having, not only was I working, but I was also taking a break from the crying and being just trying my best to be a mom, a good mom, and not trying to lose my own craziness on my child. So I do feel like it's okay. It's okay what you choose to do. If you want to work, if you don't want to work, but it's so crucial to take the time for yourself. It's so important. So talking about basically the working parent, the mom that stays home, I will have to say this. You have to stay away from the online mommy wars between the working mom and the stay-at-home mom, because one, it's both hard. Like, I can't imagine doing either one. And if anyone says anything different, it's like mind-boggling, because I almost think staying at home was by far the hardest because you're constantly on your A game with your child. You don't get a break. For me, working, I think it's also a little hard too, because I'm running my own business and I'm always got to be on my A game, plus be a parent. And sometimes my kids are at home while I'm working. So it makes it even harder. And I still I'm like, how do people do it? It just doesn't make sense. Like, is there like some way to do this? Because I see people that work from home and have their kids home. And I'm thinking, how on earth do people do this? No idea. But let's get back on track. So what we need to do is tone out any of those judgmental comments you may receive. This can be a stressful period in our life, and it's no time to jump into a fight. Every mom deals with some judgment, either staying at home or working. But what we need to do is ignore and be happy with what you decide, because you are the one that needs to be happy in turn. And in turn of that, your kids will be happy. There are so many supportive online forums for working moms and stay-at-home moms that they can go for support, and that will ease any kind of issue that may come up. You need to have a tribe, a supportive team around you, so you can deal with whatever comes your way every single day when you are at that stress point. And you know what's best for your family, whether you're working for financial reasons or because it makes you happy. Never let anyone make you feel bad for your decisions, because you are the only one that knows what's right for you and your family. All right, some tips that I have for moms that want to either take care of themselves, want to get into a fitness regimen, health routine, that sort of thing, is this is where we need to start. Number one, you just need to do it. Don't feel guilty about taking care of yourself. The kids need you, and you will be in a much better mood after your workout or eating healthy. Either one, both together, combined, is huge. And do whatever you enjoy. If you're able to go for a run and that's your favorite form of exercise, then go for it. If you like to dance in the living room, walk with a stroller, take a class, or play tennis, choose whatever works for you and set yourself up for success, not failure. Number 3, schedule your workouts ahead of time. If you don't have it in your calendar, like any appointment, you probably won't make it. Number 4, work out with a partner. I have a huge community of determinate people. They are my tribe. They are my people. They are the people that are on my online. And we are all about connection and being accountable for each other. We always check in. We make sure that everyone is cheering you on and having a support group. Find something that you enjoy and connect with those type of people. And number 5, do it for your health, not your vanity. We still have stretch marks and permanent pregnancy flab. Hey, whatever. But we aren't trying to win a beauty contest. We're just trying to stay strong and healthy for our children and make a good example. All right, again, I'm going to talk about some ways that you can guilt-free yourself and have a positive self-esteem. Not only taking care of yourself physically, but also mentally is huge. So guilt and lack of self-esteem creates a cycle, and it creates more of this guilt and less self-esteem. So it's kind of a circle of the cycle of guilt, and it keeps going around in circle. I've spent a lot of time convincing women that they deserve to feel good about themselves so that they can gain more self-confidence. I look at a mother who is so wonderful and kind and good and wonder how she could not feel she deserves happiness, love, and confidence. How she could keep making self-destructive choices in her life because she unconsciously thinks that's the best that her life holds for her. You might need to do some pretty deep digging to discover the root of your guilt and your lack of feeling and deserving. But it is the only way you'll stop that cycle for yourself and your children. We also get this imagined guilt that makes us feel unnecessarily less than. I commented to my husband recently that I think I make up things to feel guilty about. I was talking about mom guilt when that realization hit me. If you are a parent, you know what this is. You always wonder, am I good enough? Am I teaching my kids what they need? Are they getting enough attention? What if I had done this or that differently? It's part of being a mother. Even when we don't even know it, we're still thinking these thoughts, but we need to know we're doing our best. I think I do sometimes take it to the extreme and pull things out of thin air to worry about and feel guilty over, when really it's either not even a real issue and not something even remotely in my control. And you know what? If I'm honest with myself, in a twisted way, feeling guilty makes me feel like a better mom. Like it means I care more or something. It's so weird. Do you see yourself doing that too? And if you do, I've got some solutions, because I am getting down to the point of getting rid of this feeling because I hate feeling guilty. So number 1, we have to stop letting our fear hold us back and do everything that we want to do while we have the ability to do so we don't have regrets later. I want to make sure that my daughters don't follow the same path. I want them to be aware that I don't want to teach my daughters that they have to be perfect. I have lived this self-imposed drive most of my life, and it always leaves me feeling tired, guilty, and like I'm never enough. I want my daughters to know it's okay to make mistakes, and it's not so much about the mistakes she makes, but rather the way they handle it afterward and what they learn from it. That's the most important part, is what we learn from it and what tools do we have to handle this situation. Not only do we feel guilty for not being good enough, but we also take on all of our family's emotional pain and guilt that we have not been able to deal with in our life. This causes us to sacrifice ourselves for other people rather than living in our own true potential. We subconsciously decide that we can pay off our guilt by being in sacrifice to other people we love. Let me be bold with you. There should be no guilt for nurturing your needs. It is not selfish to take time for yourself. It is not selfish to be happy. And it's not even selfish to succeed. Bottom line, living with constant guilt is exhausting, and you can't afford to be exhausted. When we let go, we literally breathe easier. What do you need to get rid of right now, right here? And what would it feel to stop feeling that guilt? Decide that you deserve to let go of the guilt and start feeling better about yourself with gratitude. Start living in the moment, be present, and take care of yourself, because you are better when you take care of yourself. You're a better mom, you're a better wife, you're a better caregiver, and you are a better person because you're happier within yourself. All right, that is it for me today. Make sure you take some time for yourself and start feeling better, feeling happier, and feeling a little bit lighter on your feet.
Thanks so much for spending your time with the Momma Fit Podcast. Dana is so happy to share her tips and tricks with you. If you loved this podcast, we'd be so happy if you could share this episode with your friends and family. Also, if you have time, please leave us a review of your honest thoughts and reflections of the podcast on iTunes or our app. We'd be so grateful. If you have any topic or suggestion that you want answered, leave those in the comments below and make sure that you fit in your Momma Fit time.